He weighs an astonishing 500 kilograms. Every time he uses the stairs, he requires medical supervision. A moment's inattention could cause even reinforced glass beneath his feet to shatter. Company employees have developed a keen interest in his weight. Following the clues, they quickly located a jewelry shop. When the boy mentioned this name to the shop owner, the old man's smile instantly froze, and he immediately pressed the security button under the counter. The security door began descending, locking him inside the shop. Only after the old man confirmed he wasn't associated with that monster did he finally let down his guard and produce a blueprint. Even with a magnifying glass, the boy couldn't identify what the object was. To be honest, the old man hadn't understood it at first either. That day, a doctor had come to the shop wanting to commission a small item. The old man assumed it was a token of love and worked overtime to craft it from pure gold. The doctor had only one requirement: there must be no margin of error. The piece was soon completed to the doctor's satisfaction. He issued an invoice using a person weighing nearly 500 kilograms. Over the next 3 years, medical experts from various fields came to the jewelry shop one after another. They all had the same request: to create an object from pure gold. The old man worked day and night. His children had just gotten into university and needed money, so he paid no attention to what these parts were for. Later, the doctor's blueprints grew larger and the commissions more lucrative. He bought out every jewelry store in the city, then contacted gold suppliers and even overseas markets. When gold ran short, he had no choice but to ask his wife to melt down her wedding ring. A massive bone was crafted. Though suspicious, he wasn't afraid until the 206th bone, a golden skull, emerged from the forge. He finally developed severe psychological trauma. After that incident, the old man never left his home again. Eventually, his wife and children left him too. Years later, the person who had ruined his life was working as a consultant at a gaming company. After learning the truth, the programmer prepared to go home. As the security door began rising and he was about to leave the jewelry shop, a gang of robbers wearing animal masks burst in and tumbled to the floor. They immediately began smashing up the jewelry shop. The programmer, who stayed home every day, had never witnessed such a scene. Suddenly, gunshots rang out in the shop. Fortunately, the old man had training and successfully dealt with the robbers. He then helped the child on the floor to his feet. His investigation had likely been discovered. This character with the golden skeleton had many methods and had created a bizarre profession. He called himself a consultant and had traveled all the way to America to deliver a grand gift to the gaming company's CEO. However, this gift came with one condition: it could only be delivered after the CEO's death. The CEO couldn't understand what the old man was saying. Besides, why would a young gaming company need someone like him? Clearly, the consultant had come prepared. Through his investigation, he knew the company's funding chain had broken. In 4 months, they wouldn't be able to pay employee salaries, and the company would go bankrupt. This gaming genius over-rewarded employees and insisted on original game development. Though a good person, he wasn't suited to managing a company. Soon, investors would kick him out and replace him with someone more suitable. The consultant also knew this young man had stood on his balcony 3 days ago, tears in his eyes, wanting to jump. Why hadn't he jumped then? Because this gaming genius wasn't ready to give up. He wanted to create a great game that would immortalize his name. But due to his poor management style, the company couldn't survive. Every word the consultant spoke struck home. The CEO knew he had no other choice and signed the contract. Just 1 day later, the young man died in his office. The consultant took over the company according to the contract. He would use his own methods to ensure this young man's name remained in the world.